Hi friends, it's Carolyn Zook here with Zook Stitch, and today is Monday, May 31st, 2021. Welcome to my channel about cross stitch. I'm so glad that you're here. It's been part of your Monday with me. If you're in the States, it is a holiday. It's Memorial Day, so I hope you had a good holiday weekend and a good unofficial start to the summer. I have a little Simon right there sitting beside me. Memorial Day is also when we, of course, honor and think about and reflect on the sacrifices that veterans and their families really made for all of us. So I'm thinking about all of you who have veterans in your family or who have lost somebody. Yeah, it is bright and sunny here in Portland, Oregon. It's going to be 90, I don't think today, but in the next couple of days. So that's hotter than I want it to be. You know. And I was going to tell you something else. What was I going to? Oh, if you're in my Facebook group, which is just Zook Stitch, it's the same as the name of this channel. I just posted yesterday that I'm not going to, I said something like, it's going to be a few weeks before I get a video out. And then here I am. I just had to do a video before I move because I am moving. I know in my last week I was a little more cautious and nervous about it, but I am feeling much more confident. Things are going well. And so yesterday I started packing up the apartment. If you've been with me for a while, you know that I sold my house in December and moved into an apartment temporarily while I look for my next house. The housing market, as it is in most places, I think in the U.S., is very fierce and competitive right now, although it is turning. I spoke with my realtor last night and she said, yeah, it's definitely shifted, which is good for buyers. I mean, it's still good for sellers because they're still getting over asking and there's still competition. It's just not necessarily 16 people putting in offers. So I'm moving. I have my house. It's wonderful. I'm so excited. So many of my belongings have been packed up since July. So 10 months, 11 months. So I'm ready. I'm definitely ready to feel settled. And I'm so excited. So the movers are here in less than 2 weeks. And not that I have a ton to pack up necessarily in the house because I didn't unpack a whole lot, just kind of the stuff I mostly needed. But it's still a lot of work. So before I packed up kind of the crafts and stuff, I wanted to do a video. And then it'll probably be 2 or 3 weeks before I see you again. Because I'll be busy moving and getting settled into my new house. And then I will start filming again from there. So let's get into it. Of course, as usual, I am behind on comments. So I apologize. I did upload 3 flip throughs. So if you like flip throughs, there are 3 of them, recent current ones on my channel for you to check out. So I do want to get to the comments on the last video. But I had several finishes this week, which I'm super excited about. So this kind of wraps up Mania, and my goals for Mania was Mini Mania, where I focused on kind of the smalls. The first thing I finished was the block number 8 for Spring at Hawk Run Hollow, but it is hiding under the Q snaps, and I don't want to move the Q snaps, and I'll show you that in just a minute. But block 8 is done, but I'll explain that in a minute. The other piece that I finished was my last week's Sunday stitch, and I went into Monday. It's called You Are So Loved. And this I did for the cross stick for the Y in Daisy for May. The cross stick was Daisy. This is a freebie by Snowflower Diaries. I haven't ironed it yet. But I did go to Michael's and find a frame and stuff, so it's ready to be fully finished. There is a border that goes around it, like a rectangular border. I opted to leave that out because it'll have a mat. We'll see. I mean, I can always edit it later. And I didn't necessarily love the color where You Are So is in, but I think it shows up fine. It's a little bit close to the color of the fabric. The fabric is a 32 count raw gold Belfast linen. So there we go. So that is done. That took me a total of 7.5 hours. So super fast, super cute. The next piece, Dad, if you're watching, if you can fast forward a few minutes, please. The next piece I finished is Dad's shed. This is done. So this is a shed my dad built that's at their house. And my mom thought it would be a cute idea to stitch it for him. So I'm going to give this to him for Father's Day. I also got a frame for this. This took me, so this was the D and Daisy. This took me a total of 24.5 hours to finish. What I did is I took the picture and I put it through Pick2Pat. It's a website where you can turn any photo into a cross-stitch pattern. I think it turned out okay. It's a little pixelated. Of course, I had to make up my own back stitching because it didn't show any back stitching. It's fine. It's fine. It's not necessarily, I mean, I love it because I think my dad will like it. And it's, it's something my dad built and I got to recreate it. But at the same time, I don't know. It's the pattern that it was fine. How about that? I'm glad that one's done. And then my new start is Spring at Hawthorne Hollow number 9. So as you can see, number 8 is up here and it's in the corner. And I don't want to take the Q-snaps off. So you'll just be surprised next time when you see it. But I had like 5 extra days this month where I had finished everything I set out to finish, all my goals. So I thought, I'm going to get started on June's Spring at Hawthorne Hollow block, which is number 9 here. And it doesn't look like much, but it's pretty fiddly. You can see there's a lot of white. It's an arbor. Oh, I could show you the picture. Let's get the picture out and I can show you what it will look like. I don't know why my voice feels kind of low and raspy. I feel fine. I have a little bit of a headache. I think it's just from the heat and the, I did a lot of moving around yesterday. Anyway, the one that I finished looks like this. It's the Fig Tree Puts Forth Its Figs. That one is done. This is the one I'm working on now. You can see all the white in there. It says, and my glasses. And the vines are in blossom. They give forth fragrance. That's what it says. So this arbor thing is just, there's so much counting. Would it help if I held it right side up? I'm telling you. I swear I'm okay, you guys. It's just a lot. I don't know why. I looked at it and I was like, oh, it won't take me very long to finish. I guess it's really not. I mean, this is extra, right? This is my goal for June. And basically I just have this stretch to finish up. And then do the words, which will go fast. So I think another 2-3 days and it'll be done, which is great because I love working ahead on this because after this, we have block 10, 11, 12, and then it's done. And if I can get this done by like July, that would be amazing. That'd really open up the rest of the year. So that is where we're at on Spring at Hawthorne Hollow. And like I said, I will show you block 8 next time I film. I just thought it was a good idea to get started on this earlier since I'm not sure what my stitching time will be like when I move. I plan to stitch every evening up until I move, but you know how moving goes if you've ever moved. The next piece that I worked on is called Warm Welcome. And this was for the May theme for the magazine monthly challenge group. The May theme was flowers. And so this is called Warm Welcome. It's in this Ultimate Cross Stitch Cats and Dogs special issue. It's volume 21 from the year 2019, and it has all, I think that one too. It has all the charts in here are cats and dogs. So this one's called Warm Welcome by Joanne Aston, and this is what it will look like. This is my birthday start for this year. I just think it's so pretty. I just love the colors of the flowers up there, which is why I started this, or used this for my May theme. So this is where I'm at. It doesn't look like much. And it certainly didn't feel like this is basically a full coverage piece. So I worked a lot in here, and I forgot to take a before and after picture, but I mostly worked in here. I have messed up somewhere up here. I don't know if it's in the sky or over here. So I stayed over here and kind of filled in that area. And there's backstitch that will go over the top of it that I'll do at the very, very end. So I'm kind of starting to work my way up there. I think this is coming out again in June, I think will be to figure out exactly where I'm off and to fix it. It might not matter a whole lot. I think I'm pretty close to figuring out where I'm off. But I'm not sure kind of how far it spreads. But I'd rather figure it out now when I only have this much done than having to impact the whole thing. But I just love like the pinks and the really kind of light red and how they play together in this. It is a bit fiddly because there's so many color changes, but it is quite fun. And I'm just stitching this on, I think it's a 28 count white even weave. I think is all it is. So that is warm welcome. So that's what I did this week. So I finished a block of Hawk Run Hollow. I completed 2 pieces, so I feel pretty good. I'm excited about that. Let's go on to haul. So all my haul is in this bag, which is also haul. This is the 12 by 13 size. I do have the larger size. I really prefer the 12 by 13 size for me. They fit on my shelves better, and I just like the size better. So I did get that from Garan. And then let's see what goodies are inside. This is from a few weeks, because I think I haven't shown my haul in a few weeks. So the Garan haul, this bag, I think I actually placed 2 orders with them like back to back because I forgot. Okay, yes. So, and then in that order, I also got this Happy Birthday by From the Heart needle art. I just think it's a cute little piece, and it'd be just really sweet, stitch up, put out when you're celebrating somebody's birthday. I just really liked it. I wanted to have it. And then I got Lindy Stitch's latest. This is called Tread Softly. And it says, but I, being poor, have only my dreams. I have spread my dreams under your feet. Tread softly because you tread on my dreams. Just really like that. I thought this would be a good piece to hang in my office at work. I work with college students. So that is nice. And then I think my second order from them, from Garan, I don't know. Lady Justice by Nora Corbett. I needed it. I think this is one of those that will be a collector's item. I really regret not getting, Lady of the Flag. So I am on the hunt for that. I kind of hope they just re-release it. I don't know if they will. But this is just kind of like a collector's item to have in your stash. So I got that from Garan Stitchery. I got the bead pack. There's only 3 beads. 2 different sizes of the navy blue beads, and then some gold beads. So not a lot of beads. And then I got the fabric, and this is by Fabric Flair. It's a 32 count We the People. Let's talk about the crinkling. Okay, so this is, it's one of those that's printed on, so you have to make sure you stitch on the correct side. Oh, well, you can't see that at all. It just says, We the People of the United States, so it just goes on like that. You can't really see it, but it makes for a really nice backdrop. There you go. For Lady Justice. I don't know when I'm going to start that. I just wanted these things in my stash. I think once I get the Hawk Run Hollows done, I think there's going to be a focus on Miras or fancy ladies. So that was my Garan haul. And then I got my Fine Floss Club, the May Club. This is from Fat Quarter Shop. It's the MPI silks. So you get 5 each month. And this is wild watermelon. So you can see those really pretty colors. I love the pinks so much. So I'll add that to my stash. And then I got my Color and Cotton Fabric of the Month Club. I get the Lugana 32 count, and I get it in a 17 by 26 inch piece. And this color is called Garden Path. I'm in the Neutrals Club, clearly. So that will be a good, it's like a pinky peachy beigey. How's that for a explanation? And then I got my Rogue Stitching. I'm in the Rogue Stitching Fabric of the Month Club. And this one, they pick a different dyer or designer each month. So you get a range, and they're not all neutrals. So this is a picture of this plus fabric. I get the 32 count, 18 by 27. This is called Fawn. Oh yeah, that's a good representation. So a little bit of modeling, but still very neutral. This is a neutral one. So that will be great to add to my stash. And I think that's everything that I got. I'm going to have to update my address for all those subscription clubs that I have. Okay, let me take a drink of coffee. And let's talk plans. So, my big plan is to move. Okay, so the rest of this week, well, what? Today is the 31st. So, new month starts tomorrow. So, I'm going to work on this tonight to finish up May, because this is still like my extra days that I didn't have anything. I didn't have anything planned for. I just had 5 extra days this month somehow, which is fantastic. So I'm going to get as much done as I can on this, and then we're starting in June. Let me pull out my calendar planner. So the June for the Magazine Monthly Challenge, the June theme is summer. And the June acrostic is swim. And I will get to both of those in just a minute. But the WIPGO numbers were drawn. And the WIPGO pieces that were drawn for me is Autumn at Hawk Run Hollow and Halloween at Hawk Run Hollow. So the remaining of this week after today, so starting June 1, tomorrow, I'll be working on Autumn at Hawk Run Hollow for my WIPGO. My goal is 15 hours on each piece that's drawn this year, which is proving to be quite a bit, but also I kind of have been meeting the goals, which is good. You know, I'm making good progress. So this is what Autumn at Hawk Run Hollow looks like. This will be my focus piece for next year. So you'll be seeing this a lot. My goal for this year is just to finish the first 2 blocks, which there's a lot of stitching in those blocks. So, and this is the second time it has been called. Oh yeah, I got a ways to go. This is where I'm at. The house is partially done. I thought I was a little bit closer to a finish on this. I guess it's not too bad. I just have the house and some words to finish, and then that's about it. And then I can move on to block 2. But you know how houses are. There's a lot of stitching in there. So I will work on that this week, and that will be my WIPGO for Autumn at Hawk Run Hollow. Here's my bag. Of course, as everything, it's in my Garon bag. Look at that. I love that inside plaid. Just love those colors. So yesterday I packed up all the pieces that I'm not going to be working on this month. I put them in one box, and then I'm going to create another box of, I'm calling it things to keep track of. And what I'll do is I'll pack that box up, and I'll move it myself, and I'll like hide it in my closet or something in my bedroom so that I at least know. So it's like all my work stuff, the cross-stitch pieces that I'll be working on for the month of June, so I can keep going on those goals, making progress on those goals. So that's my plan. So these all will be in a keep track of box. I also have a first night box where, you know, all the things you think you need the first night or the early the next morning. Coffee, sheets, towels, pajamas, clothes for the next day, that type of thing, toiletries, that type of thing, toilet paper, I keep a separate box for as well. Okay, so that's autumn at Hawk and Hollow. And then the other piece is for WIPGO is Halloween at Hawk Run Hollow. Again, my goal on this for this year is just the first 2 blocks. You can see here and here. This will be a focus piece, I think, in a couple of years. You'll see it a lot more, but not quite yet. Okay, so let's take a look at where we're at. Oh, I'm done with the first block. I forgot about that. I did finish the first block entirely, and I got a little start on the second block. So I at least got the border done, and then I'm starting on some of the tree roots. So that'll be good. So I'll continue on with block 2 this month, and I'll get another 16 hours. It won't finish the block, I'm sure, but I should get some good progress on that. And then come, when I finish, come like August, September, whenever I finish Spring at Hawk Run Hollow, I'll be focusing on things like this to get these blocks done so I can meet the goal for the month or the year, the yearly goal. And these yearly goals are just ones I made up myself. Okay, so next up, well, one of my goals was Spring at Hawk Run Hollow number 9, but I think so what I've accounted for in my June plans is 3 days with no stitching, which will be kind of for moving and all of that. And then given that I have 2 days without anything, so I think I'm going to take those 2 days to hopefully that will finish block 9, and then I can go ahead and start on block 10 and maybe even finish that because I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 days dedicated to block 10, which block 10 again was supposed to be for July. So we're almost a month ahead. So I'm thrilled with that progress, and I want to try to mush it all together as much as I can. So Spring at Hawk Run Hollow number 9 and number 10, maybe? She asked with a question in her voice. The next piece I want to start but work on. So last year for StitchCon was canceled. I was supposed to go last year. It was canceled due to COVID. So Jan Hicks and I together, we started Bayou and Cat. It's an owl forest embroidery piece, and I'll try to insert a picture here if I remember to edit this. I don't have the picture. I packed up the box yesterday, but this is where I'm at. It's a cat. It's called Bayou and Cat, and Jan and I started it together. I think we even have a stitch with us. If you look back about a year ago in June, we started it together. Jan is much further along than I am on this piece. But we thought, I can't go this year to StitchCon. In April, I think, I was like, I'm not sure what's going on at the house. I really need to, stay here. It was really hard because I was really looking forward to it. And also, I think at the time I canceled, I didn't even know when I would be getting vaccinated and all that. And I don't feel comfortable traveling without being vaccinated, especially for something that's not like an emergency, right? As it turns out, if all goes to schedule, my closing date is June 9th, which StitchCon, I think it starts on the 10th. And the movers are going to be here on the 11th. So it was kind of like somewhere in my brain, it knew that like, you can't go to StitchCon. So I'm really hoping next year things in my life will be calm and quiet and that I can go to StitchCon. Anyway, to make a short story very long, Jan and I thought, wouldn't it be fun if we stitched on this again, especially since I can't go to StitchCon this year. We just kind of stitched on it throughout the month and thought about each other or whatever. I don't know. Maybe she's not going to think about me. I don't know. Jan, are you thinking about me? Jan? Anyway, so this is going to be my Sunday piece. I haven't actually done a Sunday spin where I spin my wheel in a few months. Because in April I was working on my dad's piece. That was my Sunday piece. May, I was working on the smalls for Mini Mania. And then in June, I think I'm going to work on this every Sunday and just make as much progress as I can on this. So that'll be good because I can usually get about 4 hours in. So that'll be about, what, there's 4 Sundays, so 16 hours. Well, my goal in this is to finish it this year, so that should make some good progress on that piece. And of course it is in my Garon tote bag. Look at the cats. This is Bayou and Cat and the paw prints. Okay, so the next piece we're going to work on, we're going to do, let's see. We're going to do our 12-hour rotation on Spring Quakers by Rosewood Manor. And my goal on this piece is to finish it this year. So this is what it will look like. I'm somewhere down in this area. So I'm definitely done with the first 3 pages. This. And I'm stitching it on the called for, and I can't remember if this is the one. This might be Valor. I was cleaning up yesterday and I found this tag, and I don't know if it's for Spring Quakers or not. It's Valor, I think. Maybe? I don't know. I'll have to check. But anyway, this is where I'm at. So I guess I'm a little lower than I thought. But yeah, so we'll be working down here, making progress. You can see we have a motif started down there. So let's look at where we actually are. Maybe. Yeah, so this motif is done. So I guess we're a lot lower than I thought. This motif is done, this motif is done, and this is just started. So I'm going to be working on right here. So we're a bit lower. So we have this, we have that to do, and everything down here. So we are making good progress, actually. You know, just 12 hours a month. I was worried a couple months ago. I'm like, I don't think that's going to be enough. And it might not be, but it'll be close, right? It'll be close to enough. And again, once we finish up spring at Acorns Hollow, that will really free up several hours a month of stitching time. I mean, I think the shortest block is somewhere around 25 hours, and some of them have taken close to 40 hours. So that all that stitching time will free up to be able to focus on these goals for the rest of the year, which I'm super excited about. Okay, then we're going to work on, oh gosh, I forgot to tell you. So spring at Acorns Hollow, number 9 or number 10, depending on where we are at, is the S in swim for the acrostic. The warm welcome, which I just showed you, that's this piece. That's going to be the W in swim. My goal on this is just another 4 hours, so that's basically one evening of work. Now, when we go back to the office, which will probably be in August, I might have to revise that or figure out a new plan. The I in swim is going to be glitter houses. And I use I for iridescent fabric. I'm using the glitter fabric that it calls for. I have block 1 done. I started this is my new year, new start. And I'm on to the second one. And these I do count as individual finishes, even though I'm doing all in one piece, because they're all individual charts. But this is what house 2 will look like. And my goal on this one, I've really pared down my acrostic goals just so that I feel like I have enough time for Whip Go and Spring at Acorns Hollow and all that. So just one rotation, so just one day's work, so 4 hours on that. And then Spring Quakers by Rosewood Manor is the M in swim for Rosewood Manor. Okay, and then my theme piece for this year is going to be Summer Pier. I did not write down the designer. It's from the June 2020 issue of World of Cross Stitch, which I don't have with me, but I will try to post a picture right here of what it will look like finished. I am so excited about this. I have all my fabrics here, or my threads here. The fabric, I bought this last year. This is from, it doesn't, It's a fabric flare, so it's a printed on fabric. It's called Evening Sunset. And look at this. It just goes from like the blues to the kind of pinky orange. So I'm very excited. I wanted to stitch this as soon as I saw it come out. So I've been gathering all these things. So this is going to be my theme piece, which is summer. So I thought that was really fitting. And I'm going to do 8 hours on it this month. So I'm really excited to start that, although I want to be really careful in making sure I start it in the right position. You know what I mean? I might even put that one on scroll bars. I'm just not sure. These printed on fabrics, I'm a little nervous about putting in the Q-snaps, as though the, I don't know if like the printing will wear off or not. So I figure maybe for the ones that are printed on scroll frame is the best option. Okay, I think that's everything I have for you today. And I will be back. Let me check my calendar for you. Maybe the weekend of the 19th. The 19th, I have to come back and clean the apartment and hand over keys and all that. But maybe that Sunday, I might be back then. In a new place with a new background for you to look at. So take care, everyone. Thank you so much for your patience with me, and I will see you in a few weeks. Bye.